What's going on here? If you've been with me and been following along a few videos before this one, you'll have noticed that the patch is almost gone. Remember there used to be a big huge patch here because I had to fish a wire up from here up through there, had to get up through into the ceiling, drill a hole through the top plate, up through a fire block over there, reach the wire over there, come up the side here, fish the wire along that beam, and kaboom, make this cut-in hole there for a new ceiling fan. And that's what I've been doing, and today I've got my trusty little sanding paddle out, and I'm going to put some gloves on, and I'm going to start sanding these patches. And see, you can hardly see this patch. Yesterday I put the all-purpose joint compound in there, and I got a whole box of it. I didn't really need that much out of this box, but this box was only like 10 bucks. You buy a gallon in a little tub, and that costs you $7 or $8, I think, at the store. So, you know, I could use this and save it for some other projects. Okay? Yeah, see, you can hardly see where the patch is, huh? So now, and when I put that all-purpose joint compound on, I put a coat on there, and I made it fairly thin, but I had to coat the entire areas where the quickset was, because I didn't want any of the quickset showing. Because here's the tip: even if you make the quickset smooth as a baby's behind, your paint is never going to match up exactly for the rest of your wall. You're gonna see exactly where it is. That's why you have to coat with all-purpose joint compound or topping compound or something like that. I always use the all-purpose joint compound because then I can use it for taping and topping if I do the taping. In this case, I did webbing tape, self-adhesive webbing tape for my tape. I put it up there nice and clean, it stuck up there, and then I ran the quickset. Okay, so after I put one coat of all-purpose joint compound, once I let that dry for a while, almost until it was dry. Actually, I had to let it dry all the way because that stuff shrinks. Then I put a tight skim coat over that, and these patches are looking nice. There was 2 patches there. There was also one up in the ceiling. You can kind of see the remnants of the areas because this patching material almost blends in with the paint, doesn't it? See, I did a whole patch over there, and I did a patch here. Remember, the patch was only about a 10 by 10 patch, or 12 by 12. Now see, and after I did all the mud, I actually extended the patch out further, and that's what you have to do. You have to blend it in. You're tricking the eye. You don't want any of that patch showing. So you don't want to just go beyond the mud or beyond the webbing tape with your mud. You want to do that with your quickset, but then you've got to bridge it over with your second coat of quickset, and then you actually have to bridge it out even further with the all-purpose joint compound. That's what I did with all of these patches. They blend right in. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sanding pad, and I've got 100 grit sandpaper, and it was designed, and it says medium. See right here, medium. And this is for drywall, and you get the kind to fit on a little sanding pad. I could have used a sanding pole. They have something like this with an extension pole. You can screw a broom handle in or something. It's got a swivelable head right here, and I could do that from down here. But I would do that if I had all of these walls, if I was sanding all the walls or something. But because the patches, I'm going to get up there with the ladder, and I'm going to reach up there, and I'm going to have gloves on. I got eyewear on. I got my goggles on. Hey. Got my goggles on, and I should have a dust mask on too, but I didn't bring a dust mask, so I'm gonna have to, when I do the patch up over here, I'm gonna have the ladder away so I don't breathe all this dust. This is very fine particles, and the key, here's the key. Hey, get on with it, Joe. Talk and get on with the show, okay? But here's the entire key for sanding. You don't want to sand so much that you get down into the quickset again. The whole idea is we're just making the top layer smooth. So as I sand, I'm only going to do it lightly, and then I'm going to feel it with my hand, with my glove, and do where I need to do. Don't get into the thing. The more I sand, the smoother it's going to get. That's not how it works. Okay? All right. That's all I'm going to do with this video. If you want to see how I sand, you can go to my YouTube channel. You can go to playlists on my main channel. Scroll down to where it talks about sheetrock, and I've got all kinds of sheetrock videos all ready for you. This was just going to be something quick. I kind of went on a little bit longer. Now I'm getting ready, and I've got to get this sanded. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.